All right. Now, what is pronoun? Yes. What is the role of pronoun in grammar? Yes. For what reason we use pronoun in a grammar? For what purpose? Yes. Anyone? Hmm. Sajid or Sayyid Jamil?
तो जो फास्ट लिसनिंग
Pronoun,
की
I think.
चीज,
Yes.
तो किसी भी फास्ट लिसनिंग इसको
I think pronoun is not for repetition of the name every time. Just only one time we can say he, she, it, they.
Hmm. To avoid the repetition of a noun, right? Okay. Yes. So, like for instance, Ali is my best friend. Now, instead of repeating the Ali name again for while saying anything else about him, so we must use a pronoun to avoid the repetition for a formal meaning and proper meaning. Like Ali is my best friend. He is the only son of a father, right? So for that reason, we use pronoun that can be used as an antecedents and that can be used to avoid unnecessary repetition of a noun. To avoid unnecessary repetition of a noun. Uh, okay, next we have then like they, she, he. These are all called personal pronoun in English grammar. Now we have some kinds of pronoun. The definition is, I hope, clear to you that there is nothing explanatory in the definition. So yeah, now in the kinds of pronoun we have subject, object, demonstrative, possessive, reflexive, emphatic, and interrogative pronoun, right? Okay, so now it here the first one, subject pronoun, would what would be one it would be called subject pronoun when this first person pronoun would be used or second person or third person pronouns would be used. They would be considered or they would be called subject pronouns. They would mostly come at the position of a subject. For instance, we have three categories in subject pronouns, and those are first person, second person, third person. If a person is speaking and he or she is using I representing own self, then this is going to be considered, this is going to be called first person pronoun. But if a person is going to use to indicate the person who is in front of that speaker, so he would use you or your, and that would be considered second person. The second person, the available person to whom we are talking most of the time. And the third person who is not present at the current situation, but we are discussing that third person. And we use he is very good boy, she is very intelligent. It is it is the choice, right? Or uh, it is the mobile phone, or like for non-living things, right? So the third person or third unpresent situation, the thing to which we indicate they, he, she, it, they are called third person pronoun, right? Now, next we have object pronoun. When the pronouns are going to be used on the position of object, and they are also going to be changed. Like for instance, please call him. Now him at here is representing a person, and this why here this is called object pronoun, right? For a person. Second we have what it is, right? Second we have I listen to them. Now them is at here is a object pronoun. Why object? Because these pronouns come actually at the position of object, right? Ali took her, the subject, doer of an action, verb, action, word, and then receiver of an action is her to a hospital, right? Don't fight with me. Now me is an object, you is an object. So whenever the pronouns come at the position of object in a sentence, it would be called object pronoun. This one is very important in the kinds of pronoun. This is called demonstrative pronoun. Before discussing, I would like to know and listen from your side what is meant by demonstrative. What is the meaning of the word demonstrative? Yes, anyone? What do you think? What is the meaning of the word demonstrative? Yes. Demonstrate means, yes. Sajid, your voice is not audible.
Yes, sir. So demonstrating means it's pointing out the place, things,
Yes, to point out
like
the place, things are something, right? Yeah, to point out something, to give indication, right? This is demonstrative. Okay, now a pronoun that is used to point out a near or far person or place or thing is called demonstrative pronoun. Okay, where one is demonstrative adjective, there we would discuss the difference between these two. Okay, now at here, this, that, these, those are the four pronouns which are called demonstrative pronoun, right? For example, this is my car. But one thing you have to remember, whenever this is going to be used, that are these are those, yeah, for singular, singular, far, for singular, near, this is clear to you. But if these are used, so this is must that after this verb would be used, then it would be called demonstrative pronoun, right? Otherwise, if the noun would be used, if noun came after this, that, are these are those, that moment it would be called demonstrative adjective, right? We would then discuss over there. But right now here you are supposed to keep it in mind that after these four words, if any verb would be used, verb, so these would be called demonstrative pronoun. Demonstrative pronoun, right? Okay. Next we have possessive pronoun. And in possessive pronoun, at here you listen. Sorry, at here you sa like they all these words are giving indication. Indication. These four. These pronoun. So that's why they are called demonstrate or demonstrative pronoun. Demonstrative pronoun, right? Next we have the possessive pronoun. And possessive means ownership, to represent something like this belongs to me, if you show something, right? And possessive pronoun who show a kind of ownership that this thing belong to me or you. For me, you'd use mine. For you, sorry, for our, you'd use ours. For me, mine. For your, you'd use yours. For him or for he, you'd use his, hers, its, theirs. When you use one extra s, except his, already s is there, then these are going to, yeah, except mine as well. So these are going to be called possession or possessive pronoun. Like these are going to represent some possession. For instance, you see here, this is, that is mine. Now that is mine. Mine is here a possessive. Yours possessive. Ours possessive. Okay. Yes. Hers possessive. Right. Okay. So these are called possessive pronoun. Possessive pronoun. So if the possession is going to be shown to us, this would be called possessive pronoun. Okay. After possessive pronoun, we can never use noun, right? This is mine book. This I like yours uh, car, right? Now this kind of sentence would be incorrect if you use a noun after this any of the possessive pronoun, right? So must be careful regarding this, that to never use a noun after possessive pronoun. Next we have reflexive pronoun. And reflexive pronoun means when you use any pronoun and sorry, the sentence, and there reflects the object reflects back on the subject. Like in the sentence we have subject, verb and object. Now, if you use any any object as a pronoun, and that pronoun object reflects back on a subject. These are the some examples, right? Now, see, I introduce myself. I introduce myself. Now, this myself that is going to reflect back on the subject is called a reflexive pronoun, right? A computer can't run itself. A computer can't run itself. Yeah. another thing at here, but that is also there in emphatic pronoun, emphatic are emphasized, right? Now, subject and object would be the same, would belong to the same person or same thing. But you have to keep this thing in mind, that there will be a kind of reflection back on the subject for making it more easier, right? She killed herself. Herself is killed by her. So at here, herself is the uh, reflexive pronoun. Myself itself is the reflexive pronoun. Okay. Next, we have emphatic pronoun. In emphatic pronoun, there would be a kind, now same pronouns would be used, same reflexive pronouns would be used, but here there would be a kind of reflection, sorry, there would be a kind of emphasize, like exaggerate, or when you use any word, any pronoun to and emphasize on it, that moment it will be called emphatic pronoun. For example, if you are saying, I myself caught the tiger, right? There you were saying, I did it myself. But if you are going to use these pronouns directly after the subject, right? Directly after the subject, these are now going to emphasize on these pronouns. So emphasize means emphatic pronouns, right? Now you yourself choose this word. They themselves learned the new lesson. He himself did this job. uh, Jamil himself uh, worked very hard, right? So these are called the sorry, emphatic pronoun. Now this is the difference between emphatic and reflexive. That in reflexive, you see, I introduce myself. There is no emphasize. Only the sorry, the subject has received the action back from the object. But here you are directly using these pronouns after the subject of a sentence. What is the subject? Doer of an action. I is the subject. After I, you didn't use the verb caught, rather the object myself directly, and this why it is called the emphatic pronoun, when you emphasize on something, right? Next, we have interrogative pronoun. Interrogative and demonstrative, in both of these you have to keep this thing in mind, that after these pronouns there must be a verb, right? There must be a verb. Like for example, who is your father is his verb, and who is the interrogative question word. So after question word, there must be a verb. That moment it would be called interrogative pronoun. Again here, interrogative pronoun, interrogative. If there is a verb after the question word, WH question, that moment you are going to call it interrogative pronoun. All right. And if you ask why it is interrogative pronoun, because it is used for a person. Who is your father? My father. It is used for my. Whom do you want to meet? Whom? I want to meet Jamil, right? Now for the noun, is the whom is used. Which is most expensive? It or this, it or this. It is the most expensive, right? Now whose is that? This actually belongs to. Now this are, what did you say? I said this. Now for I, now actually these WH question used for the pronouns in a wider sense, right? Now if these are going to be used for pronouns in an answer or in the answers, that's why these are called interrogative pronouns, right? So next we have adjectives. Adjective is actually very lengthier as compared to pronoun, and also the lengthiest rather, because there are degrees of adjectives in it, and kinds of numeral. Yeah, there is quite much more. Look, you can see, yeah, these degrees, syllables. So adjective needs one proper lecture. Current At the moment, I would like to have some vocabulary, then idioms, then I would like to have some speaking session. Okay. Yes, in pronoun or in noun or in articles, if you have any query, then kindly ask me. Yes. Yes. Any query, any question in the pronoun or in the article or in the noun, or if you little bit you got it, so it is very good. Yeah, one pronoun we didn't study in these kinds. One pronoun that is called indefinite pronoun. Indefinite pronouns means not specific. Like you studied the specific pronouns, and we call them the pronouns, we call them the particular pronouns, I, we, you, they, personal pronouns. We gave them the name personal pronoun, first person, second, third person, right? But one is called indefinite pronouns. They are not personal, they are rather general, right? Personal is specific one, general is sorry, the those are the indefinite one is general one. In indefinite, instead of he or she, we use someone, anyone, no one, somebody, anybody, everybody, everyone, nothing, something, no of one of the boys, right? Now all these one are body, body, body. These are called indefinite pronouns, and with them we use singular verb. And beside that, there is light difference between somebody and anybody. Somebody represents someone specific, and anybody represent anyone. Like in the broader sense, if I give you example, if I make going to make you more clear to you, then if I say uh, when you park your car in the slot, then somebody would come and would care for it. It would make a proper sense, a right sense. But if I say anybody would care it, then you'd say that who can be that anybody? While somebody can be the person who would be like allocated there on the parking, who would be responsible for the parking purpose. Somebody, the specific person, right? And anybody, the right. While comparing it to the somebody, anybody means the not anyone, not the specific person. And if you ask the difference between someone and somebody, so but both mean same, then somebody is more formal, someone is little formal, informal, right? And in anybody and anyone, anybody is more formal, anyone is less formal, right? And this is the light difference between these two. Okay, now we have yeah, are we done with this slide? Acclaim, accurate? Yes. In the last lecture, did we go through this? Acclaim, accurate, adopt, adapt, adhere, admonish. I think we are done with this slide, and not with this one, right? Remember this vocabulary? I would ask you in the oral test one I would take from you guys. Okay. Adorn means to decorate. When you decorate something, Sajid adorned his home for himself. His home for himself. His is the possessive pronoun. Himself is the yes, himself is the reflexive pronoun, right? Also just remember those words. Okay. Advent, arrival, or coming. Yes, who would like to make a sentence on this? Yes, Sajid. Yes, Sajid, would you like to make the
Can you
sentence?
can you yes, yes. Can
Advent,
you ask me a question first?
advent means arrival or coming. How would you like to make a sentence on this?
No ideas. Idiot.
Hmm?
No idea.
No idea.
No.
The advent of the automatic washing machine has made the life easier. The new arrival of something, the new invention of something. Invention means.
Uh-huh. I think some companies new product is arriving on this month.
Okay, good. Are adventing in this month. Very good. Yes. Adverse means hostile or negative or on the other side, contrary. Yes, Jamil, how would you make a sentence on this adverse?
Mm,
Yes.
we don't have to feel any negativity in our hearts.
Hmm. Sorry. Yes.
For adverse any in use of adverse, no
Hmm.
hurt feelings.
Hmm.
Adverse.
Hmm. Good. Right. Okay. Yes, that is nice. Affluent. Affluent means rich, elite class, upper class. Yes, Jamil, how do you make an affluent? Yes.
Uh, a good business always affluent for the management.
Hmm. Right. A good business always, sorry,
A good business always affluent for the higher management.
always reach for the higher management. Right. Okay. Yes. I met an affluent person last day, a rich person. Okay. Aggravate. Yes, Vancy, how do you make an aggravate? To disturb someone, to annoy, to irritate, aggravate. Yes, Fancy, how do you make on this sentence, this word? Aggravate.
Uh,
Yes,
this person is aggravating me more.
this person is aggravating me more. Okay, good. Yes, next is aggregate. Yes, Fezan, how do you make on it? Aggregate. Yes,
Sir, when we go to total marks and we find out the aggregate, sir.
yes. When we count total marks, after that we get, then we get the aggregate. Very good, very good. Yes. All right. Next, we have some questions from the speaking part. This was this. Yeah, whatever the vocabulary we go through, you are supposed to keep those vocabularies remembered, right? And I would ask those vocabularies in the oral test. You are supposed to have the score. Sorry, have the command on those vocabularies, right? On your completion certificates for this course, I can write excellent, good, or very good. Okay, based on those oral tests. So little bit seriousness. Like whatever the grammar is easy, but try to.
Sir, 1 minute, this vocabularies you send in group.
I'm not going to send it. I would send.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
I would
Thank you.
share. I would share. All right, no problem. I would share. Inshallah, recall me after the class. I would share. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes. Okay. Next, the questions I'm going to ask. Some of the questions. Yes. Mm. Said Jamil, describe an event that you attended recently.
I recently attend our company's iftar party. It is well organized and good, good team coordination for the entire persons. A good time for spend each other together, open meal, and all of us, all people which is working in other projects, we see each other and meet each other and feel like a warm wishes to each other for their successful of their work projects.
Yes, Jamil. Uh, good, good. But the fluency, yes, sorry, could you mute yourself? Yes, the fluency is lacking. The level must be improved in speaking, right? To speak daily on daily basis. On coming Saturday, you are not actually also there in the night batch group. So on coming Saturday, we have a speaking test. I would share the link and the documents group. That would be the most important lecture on IELTS speaking module, and must attend that. But overall, the fluency is not proper, right? Try to improve it. Yeah, answer is good. You can prolong also, but try to work on the fluency. Okay. Yes, Sajid Beg, describe something you own which is very important to you. Describe something you own which is very important to you. Where you get, where you got, how long you have, and why you use it for. Sorry, what you use it for. Yes.
Hello, yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir, because I missed yesterday class non-subject, so I faced a little bit problem. But now the questions is because I'm not understanding what you're asking me.
The question is, describe something you own which is very important to you.
Can you explain me Urdu
Yes,
little bit?
yes, 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 yes. Okay, whenever someone doesn't get question, Sajid, Jamil, or anyone, Fizan, now you are supposed to ask the examiner. These are actually IELTS speaking questions, right? You are supposed to ask in this
Okay.
way. Could you please paraphrase it? Remember this sentence, okay? This is very formal, and examiner would just make the question easier for you. Paraphrase and good for the respect. Okay, could you please paraphrase it like this? And then examiner would make it easier in this way. Uh, the question means, if you have something and this is very important,
Okay.
yeah, you have something and that is very important in for you. Could you please tell something about that important thing that is with you, or that you are having, yeah, that is in your ownership.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
I got it. Yes, sir.
Hmm.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have things like my computer, my laptop. It
Hmm.
is very important for me because always I'm using all the things on it, and so in my life is very important.